What's the most insane experience you witnessed right in front of your eyes? I watched a man fall when his repelling gear failed. He fell about 100, and the sound his body made when he hit will haunt me forever. He broke his spine, pelvis, both legs, one arm, and an orbital bone, but he survived. There were a lot of people around to give first aid, and I helped carry him out of the canyon to the ambulance, and I swear I thought he was dead already. He looked like thawed hamburger meat. The Rangers, Park Police, not sure what they were, took our info, and a few days later, to our surprise, the guy was alive and wanted to see the people who carried him out. He gave us all some really nice leather backpacks from the company he worked for. I still have it some 20 years later. Edit update: the guy was in the hospital for many weeks, but after every long rehab he made a nearly full recovery. That was mostly due to him being in really good physical shape before the accident. Growing up in Kenya, I would witness thieves getting beaten up then burnt alive. I have experienced more than 8 of them. The first one when I was like 5 years old. I can still smell the burning corpses. A fentanyl overdose. Was a younger woman, couldn't have been older than 23 or 24. Thankfully, I and someone else nearby both called 911, and the paramedics showed up in time to resuscitate her. She lunged at one of the paramedics after regaining consciousness, then ran off. Her cousin witnessed the whole thing, and it was pretty obvious it fucked him up pretty bad. Ended up buying the poor guy breakfast, and the whole time he was more or less in shock, saying how she was like a little sister to him. This was the person he knew. She'd never do something like this. A coworker, just before quitting, took a shit in their cubicle. They wanted to have him charged with indecent exposure, but since no one saw him besides me, and I was admitting to having seen it, they dropped it. They also tried to use the defecating in public laws, but the police pointed out that their office was in fact private, not a public space. The man became a legend around the office.